So I'm a person who loves building and storytelling, but I also love gameplay more than anything. And as of lately, for the past couple of months, I've been playing my current household more deeply into like their backstory, what they're gonna do every day, where they're gonna go, who they're gonna meet. And it's been so much fun like diving into that as of lately, I've been wanting to build differently and tell different stories of different Sims in that save file. And so today I thought I'd build a one bedroom, one bathroom apartment in San Myshuno for a Sim who recently graduated from Brychester in the culinary degree track, whose inspiration is Bob Pancakes, but also has a cat named Garfunkel. And the Sim's name is Jasper Kamar Williams, and he's not really doing so well when it comes to his money, his friends, and also his general environment on how he looks and also acts. And so I want to show you this apartment. I'm really happy with it because I was using a variety of packs, but I wanted to use the new Home Chef Hustle Stuff pack that we got recently. So like I mentioned before, I'm building an apartment for a recent culinary grad named Jasper Kamar Williams and his cat Garfunkel in a one bedroom, one bathroom apartment. But the reason why I'm building this apartment for the sole reason is because every time I open up my game to play Aspen and her doctor career with her son Winston and her newly recent relationship with her real estate agent, Jack, and let me just tell you, every time, and I'm not joking, every time I open up my game and play with Aspen, I get a call from so-and-so named Jasper saying, hey Aspen, long time no see. Would you like for me to stay over at your house? Like, or can I stay over at your house for like a couple of days to get back on my feet? I decline this call every day. And I'm looking every time I open up my game, I decline his call. Because one, he's poor. Two, he's a freeloader. And three, he's always asking Aspen for things because her mom was a famous actress slash doctor and had like a lot of fame and reputation that I felt like Jasper was like taking advantage of Aspen for over like the past 16 years because they went to high school together, they went to university together, but they never were like really friends per se. They were just like acquaintances that they were there in the background. And every time Aspen would go to school, Jasper was saying, hey, can I hitch a ride with you and your mom? Or can I stay at your house for the night? Or can I like do X, Y, and Z. Now you would think, oh, why won't you like have Jasper like, stay over at the house for a couple of days to get back on his feet? Well, the reason why is because he kept stealing things from Aspen's house over the past several years. Not only did he steal, he's a klepto. He stole the TV. He stole Aspen's actual computer that she was using for school. And then he also stole her guitar, her mother's her mother's Hollywood star, her first one. And you'll see it in this apartment, by the way. I'm not joking. He is insane. I haven't really shown you what he looks like, but I will upload a creative sim of what he looks like and everything with his cat Garfunkel. And oh my gosh, I hate him so much. So Aspen and Jasper have a really bad relationship. They don't really have any like festering grudges towards each other because they knew what they were doing. And Aspen knows Jasper's living situation and his life and everything's going on with him because his parents died when he was like 16. So he didn't really have anyone by him like his side other than like Aspen for the past couple of years before like he turned 21. So it was very hard for him to kind of come to terms that he needs to stop relying on other people's like things to feel happy, and he needs to focus on more of himself and his inner self to make him excited about life. And I think the one thing that kind of kept him going was Bob Pancakes. And so when Bob Pancakes, he's more famous in my save file than like the original ones that we usually have. He actually owns 4 restaurants in my town right now, and it's really nice to be able to see Bob thrive in his like whole endeavors of cooking and culinary, that he kind of started his like, own like scholarship fund for like upcoming culinary people who want to like join the food track. And Jasper so happily actually won a 4-year college scholarship throughout his entire life of school. He applied for the whole scholarship, he got it. He also applied for the San Myshuno scholarship where you live in San Myshuno, and like a few others that he had to do as well. But the main one was the culinary scholarship from Bob Pancakes. And he was so grateful and so appreciative of Bob, like saying he was not one of the recipients. Like he was like one of four of recipients like got that scholarship that was full ride. And Jasper managed to keep his grades up over the past couple of years. He did dip down a little bit. He did eventually graduate, not in honors, not in like, valedictorian or anything. He only ended up graduating like with like a B minus level. So it wasn't like too bad, but it was like something that he could continue on. So he's not really in the highest level of his culinary career, but he wants to be able to be somewhat like Bob and be able to be his own version, if that makes any sense. Now, is it going to work for Bob? No. There's no way and chance he will. But he wants to be able to have a way that he can, one, support himself, his cat Garfunkel, and also like living in the city of San Myshuno in the Spice District, which I will tell you, the Spice District is very affordable compared to like the other town like parts of San Myshuno. Like we have Uptown, we got the Arts District or the Arts Quarter and the Fashion District. I'm realizing that the prices of rent in different places are a little bit higher than Spice District. Now, we only have like four technical like living spots in the Spice District. We have like the two buildings and then we have like the community lot and another one as well. We're currently residing in the 2A Jasmine Suites apartment, and it's usually where that one couple with the hopefully soon to be born baby. I think it's like Jasmine Beta and Arun Beta, and Jasmine is pregnant. That's the apartment that we're currently building on. And I don't know what it is. I don't know how. Thinking back of like when City Living first came out, I'm thinking, how in tarnation were they going to have a pregnant couple and a newborn baby in that small rinky-dink apartment? There was no way. I think me also like thinking like I like having a big family in The Sims sometimes. If I feel the urge to have that many Sims in one household, I can never see like two Sims and a baby because they had like a very small apartment. But I think it could have definitely been renovated over time to be a little bit more efficient to fit in a full-blown child. Like their bedroom could be split in half for their child, or they could like make the bathroom a little bit smaller or make the kitchen a little bit smaller as well. Like they could make compromises to make it smaller. But nonetheless, Jasmine and Rambita moved out a long time ago. Their child is thriving. They're like a teenager at this point. But I will tell you this, Jasper, he's not my favorite sim in the world, but he is a sim that is there and existing. Now, the name Garfunkel for his cat may or may not came out of an idea of like just, just a random day, like Garfunkel, random name for a cat. Let's go with that. And that's what he did. He was like, I'm just gonna name my cat Garfunkel. I can't think of anything different. And so he did that. So the way that I see this going for now, like going now for Jasper and like his whole culinary, career and lifestyle, is that I want Aspen and Jasper to like make amends where they can be on speaking terms again and maybe have like some way where they could, be friends maybe one day. I don't know. But as of right now, Aspen's gonna be an elder in like 111 days at this point in my game because I play a long lifespan for this save file because I cannot see Sims dying. That's just too much. But at this point, Winston's gonna be a teenager. Aspen is gonna be an elder very soon. Her boyfriend Jack and the dog named Jack is very weird. But I will say though, I'm hoping to share more about like Aspen and her career and like her little lifestyle because the way I'm playing right now is a lot of fun, and I'm going to embark on a new journey with Aspen where she finally purchases a tiny home for her son Winston. I don't know if I mentioned it in a past video or on stream. I really don't remember. But Aspen is planning on buying a little tiny home for her son Winston when he goes off into high school. And I think I did mention it before. It was in a past speed build that I did a couple of weeks ago. So if you haven't seen it, I will link it down below and it explains more of why I'm doing what I'm doing. And like I said, I love the save file so much. I will literally build anything, and I mean anything for this save to have more fun and like playing The Sims, because I hardly play The Sims like at all. So being able to make these storylines like Jasper and Aspen, like they're like dynamic, which Their dynamic is not the best. They're like on a not the best terms. They have a very bad compatibility, which is like, I could see it coming anyway from like the dawn of time. I mean, ever since Jasper stole Aspen's mother's Hollywood star and had the audacity of putting it in his apartment, which is right there, which is insane. I just still cannot believe he did that. And this was not like at a house. He literally stood off of the ground in Del Sol Valley and was like, mine now. Well, I later on actually got a brand new one, and we now have it in our possession in our own home. Like Aspen has it in her home now. And the funny thing is, her mother is named Aspen. Her mother named her own daughter after herself. So we have Aspen Diane, the mother, Aspen Marie, the daughter, and then Winston Jeffrey O'Connor. So the whole like family tree is very simple and very small, but it's like very cool looking of how small it is, but also seeing the growth that comes out of it. And I'm so nervous to be able to play Gen 2 with Winston when he goes off to high school. And I don't know if I want to wait until Aspen has like her new baby, or should I wait? I don't know. I haven't really decided just yet. I mean, I could probably like wait, because I mean, technically I have it on long lifespan, so I could technically have Winston stay at the house for a little bit longer before he goes off into the next home in Copperdale. But I don't know just yet. But who knows? I will say though, I want to definitely have Jasper and Aspen reconcile their whole differences and like maybe actually be good friends. And who knows? Jasper might open up his own small little restaurant. I'm thinking of building him, and specifically him, his own, like, it's not like it's a stationary restaurant that looks like a built-in type of like those food trucks. Like I want to build one of those for Jasper, but like on an actual like lot that he owns as his own business. I want to do that, and I think it'd be really fun to like try out and like see how far I can go with it, unless it crashes and burns in the long haul. But you never know. Jasper wasn't the best student. He wasn't the best person, and just isn't really the best sim to begin with anyway. But we do sure try for the best for our sims, and hoping for the best that they turn out well and not crazy like Agnes, Nancy, or Eliza. So, is it a win-win? Yes, but also no. But nonetheless, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and go into the game and show you the entire apartment in live mode, real time, so that way you can see the whole apartment without it being sped up. Because I personally really love this apartment, and I also really cherish the whole like idea of Jasper and his story and his cat Garfunkel. Like there's a lot of cool things that I'm trying to do in my own personal save that I really am passionate about. And the next build that you see, you're gonna love this like build that I have going on right now. It is really good. But let's go ahead and go into the game. So before I show you the apartment, I need to express on how much I love San Myshuno, more specifically the Spice District, just because Jasper lives here, he works here, it's always popping and booming every other day for the festivals, the events, and just overall just, funness of Jasper's life. Now, his apartment looks a little bit more upscale than the average, broke college student, but I will say though, a lot of secondhand hand-me-downs, dumpster diving, klepto stealing type of adventures that he has had over the past couple of years since living here. But his workstation that he currently has right now is like all the way over here. The pizza stall stand that we got from the Home Chef Hustle. I'm using that as a way where he can work here in San Myshuno, but also work as a freelance chef every once in a while for other sims. Now, I love that he sells pizzas for a living, especially in the city. He might eventually change his mind and do something different, but as of right now, the pizza is what's making the money for the household bills, especially, hopefully, expanding to a rental lot or a retail store to make his own goods and his own like food truck one day. And that's what I'm hoping for him to do in the future. But as of right now, that's a stand. But as for his apartment, like I said, his apartment is a little bit more upscale, a lot more exciting, cool new features, But like I said, hand-me-downs, klepto stealing, dumpster diving, and random stuff he found on the street for like 2 simoleons. Like his whole living room is straight up secondhand. He found this TV that we got from the Modern Lux kit, which I find it's so cool. But like this TV art frame thing, klepto stealing. He found that in Judith Ward's home and snatched it off the wall when he was freelancing as a chef. He took it and he ran, got his money and ran. But the other things though are like more like secondhand stores, hand-me-downs, and like just things he found in boxes here and there in the city. And I think kind of works well for him. I do love his like living room more than like the other parts of his house, just because it's a lot more cozier here. He has a bunch of like nectar bottles, a bunch of books. He loves reading. He was always like a book nerd type of sim. Even though he's a klepto, he loves reading and like loves learning basically anything that we kind of learn from. So having all these books on his little coffee table seemed perfect. His little dining room, and then his decked out kitchen. And like I said again, let me mention Klepto Sim who stole a lot of things. But I want to show you what he actually stole. So he stole this pizza oven from Nancy Landgrab. He stole this waffle maker from actual Bob Pancake, who loves waffles apparently now. And then he stole this mixer from, I think it was like Johnny Zest at one point. He stole that. And then this refrigerator, dumpster diving, the stove, dumpster diving, these knives secondhand, like this TV, dumpster. But he has redeemed himself. He has not been forgiven. He has, you know, burned a few bridges over the course of his years of living here. They don't know that he stole the stuff, and he's not going to share that he stole their stuff because they, you know, they can always rebuy it. Bob Pancakes, though, however, doesn't need to know that Jasper stole his waffle maker, but, you know, he can always buy a new one. I mean, Bob Pancake's got 4 restaurants. Is he really going to miss a waffle maker? No. Eliza might, or Iggy might, but, you know, Bob, no. 4 restaurants? I don't think so. And in this save file, Bob and Eliza are divorced. They're gone. Iggy and Bob are thriving, doing their own thing. Iggy's taking over like 2 stores. Bob has 2 others, so they're doing pretty good. But like I mentioned earlier in the speed build, like I was mentioning, is that it's not named Aspen Diane O'Connor because I don't know. But this is the celebrity tile that Jasper stole from Delso Valley of Aspen Diane O'Connor's celebrity star. And he took it, and now it's on his wall. So never invite him to your house. He's just not a really kind sim. He'll steal your stuff and not even talk about it for the next 5 years and saying, oh, what happened to your couch? What happened to your plant that I bought you like 2 years ago? Where did it go? He'll just steal your stuff and not say anything. Cheapskate sim, I don't like him. I never liked him in the beginning at all. But, you know, Jasper is Jasper. What can you do? But he has a cat named Garfunkel. So I did apply some pet things. I might buy a scratching post. But as of right now, it's broke. So you probably won't get one until, like, he gets enough money to buy one. But we have, like, his little toy box, pet feeder. We have some mail. I have some photo frames that eventually I'll put some photos of Jasper and his cat and stuff on the wall. And then over here, we have his general hallway, which he has a lot of things, like a lot of things. Some protesting boards, some paint buckets, his diploma, I think that's from high school. Yeah, his valedictorian honors high school diploma, which is very surprising to me. And then over here, we have his university diploma from Brychester. We also have like some posters on the wall from the Modern Lux kit, which is very cool. I love this bed, by the way. Like, this bed is so good. It's from, it's from high school years. And it's a really nice bed. It comes in like really good swatches that I really like, especially this one is my favorite. But I don't know. This bed is just nice. I even love this swatch too. Very galaxy, very pastel. I don't know. That bed is just really, really good. I also had to go with the matching, you know, nightstands, a lot of like flowers and pots and pans, 2 ice creams because he loves food. And then, of course, his like a little workstation. Like, he is technically doing his side hustle as like a pizza maker in San Myshuno for a while, but he also is a freelance chef. He also kind of part-timely does babysitting every once in a while, but not as much. but he has like his whole workstation here. He has both his university diploma and his high school diploma, some inspiration boards for future things, and then more toy boxes, and this is where it's like utility stuff and more photo frames too. Now, why in tarnation do I have 2 university diplomas? Don't know why. I'm gonna get rid of one. I don't know why. I'm just gonna put this over here. Don't know why I did that. I don't know why I got 2. He did not go to Foxbury. He only went to Brightchester, never mind. But essentially though, I will say he loves to like trying out new things and exploring new life of whatever, makes him happy. And I'm really pleased of his overall endeavors, what he's done for his career, his semi-friendships, and his overall apartment and his cat Garfunkel. His bathroom is his bathroom. It's very, very modern and very just like rich looking. He found most of all the stuff, like the toilet was already here, the shower, dumpster diving, sink, dumpster diving, wash and dryer. He straight up stole that. He hired a moving company thinking that, oh, I'll help you. Like the person was moving already. Anyway, and not thinking anything of it, he hired somebody to take the stuff and, deliver to the other house and everything. And this was not Aspen, it was a different sim. He said, oh, just deliver it over here. Yeah, for like safekeeping, like, yeah. So he stole wash and dryer that was supposed to go to another house, but didn't deliver it on time. So his whole apartment's basically 99% stolen. Yeah. But that's him. That's Jasper Kamara Williams. I hope you like his story and I hope you like his apartment. I will upload to the gallery. So if you ever want it, you want to download it, it will be up there. My gallery ID is just SpringSims. All one word, same as my Twitch name, YouTube name, and all my other social media links. But with that being said, I do hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below as always of what he thought of Jasper and his story and his apartment and his cat Garfunkel. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye!